I've been lying to you for over 500 videos now. I've been saying that I'm trying to hit record, and yet clearly I am hitting record. So where's this trying coming from? A few people have pointed this out to me, but this has definitely hit home today, is that you've been hitting record every day for over a year. You can't keep saying you're trying to do YouTube or you're trying to hit record. So I asked trusty Claude and I asked, why am I doing this? What is going on in my head? And I was wondering, is it imposter syndrome? And I thought, it doesn't feel like imposter syndrome, because I think imposter syndrome is you're worried about being found out for being an imposter. But I've been saying all along, I'm a beginner, I'm figuring it out, I'm making mistakes, blah, 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 blah. And yet I've been making videos now for over a year. And yes, I am making mistakes, but I have been hitting record and doing that all the time. So it's like, what is going on? I asked Claude and it said, this sounds like identity lag. And I thought, that sounds interesting. And I said, well, where's the term identity lag come from? And it said, I just made it up. So I credit Claude with coming up with the idea of identity lag. And Claude, it pointed out that there were different terminology in the psychology or behavioral science fields. I can't remember all those different terms. I'll come back to them later. But the term identity lag seemed to be a perfect snapshot for how I'm feeling, is that I'm still seeing myself as somebody whose stomach flips over when I go to hit record, and I'm trying to improve, and my taste is there, and I'm not yet at my taste in terms of the quality of the videos and different things like that. But I can't say. The truth is that I'm trying to hit record, because I am hitting record. And I just had a look today. I've just had a look at the number: 796 videos on my YouTube channel. So I'm not trying to hit record. I'm trying to be a successful YouTuber. But even that is kind of, how do you determine what a successful YouTuber is? You know, I thought I'd be thrilled to pieces when I hit the 1,000 subscribers, and I am. And then you get the 4,000 hours, and that's great. And then I'm still saying, I'm trying to hit record. One of the things it pointed out to me, Claude, is that it can be safer, and in a social structure, it can feel safer to be smaller and to be saying, yeah, I'm like you and I'm learning and I'm figuring it out. And that kind of felt like yeah, I think that's part of it, is that it feels safer, and it feels easier to me for when I am making mistakes, is kind of saying, well, I am a beginner and I am just trying, and please be patient with me and different things like that, rather than saying I've got any pride in myself of, I did hit record and there's nearly 800 videos there now. Do I want to be better? Yes, but I did hit record. I'm not trying to hit record. I've definitely got to figure out this identity lag. And for me, the term identity lag really has struck a chord, and that's why I wanted to do the video straight away. I mean, I only heard about it earlier today. And the whole point of doing the different videos and sharing, giving language to my internal world about how I feel about being on camera, was to help others that are kind of, you don't even have to need to be a YouTuber or anything like that, but there is normally some aspect of being bolder and being out there and saying what your ideas or opinions are. And I thought, if I can give language to what I'm feeling, that maybe it can help somebody else, one, feel less alone, but also move past it. Gosh, I don't want you making nearly 800 videos saying I'm trying to hit record. Yeah, I don't want that for you. If I was going to be passing it on, it's like there's going to be some identity lag. There's going to be a sense of, well, I know how I feel inside, but that may not be showing. There may be a disconnect between how that shows up out in the wider world. dear me, identity lag, good term. I'm going to be looking at the psychology and different things like that. I don't know whether you have any examples. Claude came up with the example of being a parent, and that you may be saying, oh, I'm still struggling and I'm still figuring it out. I don't really talk to people about being a parent, so that hasn't come up, but I can definitely imagine there's people out there who kind of make a joke about struggling, and then they turns out they've got multiple children and the children are now teenagers. We're all figuring it out. At each different stage of the child's life, we're all figuring it out. But that does seems to be, it seems to be downplaying the things that you have figured out. Is that you did figure out the baby stage and you did figure out the toddler stage and each of these stages. And I think that's what I've been struggling to hold on to and to share with other people, is that I do feel like I'm still figuring some stuff out, but that there is a lot of other stuff that I have figured out, and I haven't really been acknowledging that and sharing that with you. So it has felt like today, it definitely felt like this is a bit of a lie. I mean, how can I honestly keep saying I'm trying to hit record if I've got nearly 800 videos? But I do not have this figured out in terms of the identity lag. I'm gonna have to do some experimenting about the language that I use and how I show up on the different videos. So watch this space. Ah dear, speak to you soon, bye.